Yo, Howie Roseman. This is Philly Jim. I want to know if you are a regular GM or are you a wizard?
I'm not answering that. That's a clown question.
Roll it right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy. He gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying like this. To act like two legends cannot coexist. But I never.
Everybody, this is your host with the most, Philly Jim, coming at you with another video. And we have some trade rumors to discuss. There are two top pass rushers that have become available. Frank Clark from the Seattle Seahawks, along with Jadaveon Clowney of the Houston Texans. Well, what do we know about the Philadelphia Eagles? What position do they pretty much love more than any other position? That's the defensive line. That's the guys that can go hunt the quarterback down and go get some sacks, go get pressure on the quarterback. So there's two guys, the two guys that I mentioned, Frank Clark from the Seattle Seahawks. We'll start with Frank Clark. Frank Clark is 25 years old. He has 35 sacks for his career. He had 13 sacks last year. So depends on what the Seattle Seahawks want. I mean, there are a lot of reports that I'm reading from Twitter and elsewhere that say Frank Clark has become available and the Philadelphia Eagles could be a team that's interested in him. Well, we'll see what the compensation is like. If we do add one of these two guys, I think it means that Chris Long will not be returning next year. The only thing about Frank Clark to where it makes me think that we won't be the team that gets him is that he has a $17 million cap hit next year, where Jadaveon Clowney, he only has about a $12 million cap hit. So the number for Frank Clark's contract may be a little too high to bring him in this year, because I think Nate Sudfeld signed his tender, so the Eagles now have around like $19-20 million. So you bring in Frank Clark and you're down to like you're down to like $3, maybe $4 million in cap. If you bring in Jadaveon Clowney is the guy you bring in, then you have a little bit more flexibility with the cap and other things like that. Either way, I think if we are to get our hands on one of these guys, our pass rush is going to be absolutely lethal. Our defense is going to go back to being a top defense in this league if we're able to add one of these guys. And not to mention this draft is also stacked with them as well. So maybe if you can pry Jadaveon Clowney from the Houston Texans with maybe a second and future fourth, a fourth from like 53rd overall, 4th round pick next year. You bring Jadaveon Clowney, who's 26 years old, add him to this defensive line. You draft Christian Wilkins in the 1st round. Good luck trying to stop this defensive line, because they are going to absolutely wreck. They are going to give offensive coordinators and offensive line coaches nightmares. Let me know what you guys think. Should we pursue one of these guys? I think it's a possibility that we can make a trade for Jadaveon Clowney on draft night. That is it, guys. As always, subscribe to Philly Jim. Go Birds, and let's get ready for this draft, baby.
Damn, you should have never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. No time.